What up, though? It is the final countdown, but it isn't the final countdown to Bryan Danielson becoming AEW champion, or is it the last countdown of the American Dragon? We'll get to that tonight in our AEW All-In preview, but you know the deal. Before we get to the show, I got to tell you about the homies that help bring you this show, our guys over at Potter's Tree Service. As you can see from this video we got here, if you're in the need for tree removal, tree trimming, chipping service, storm damage cleanup, walnut logging, or lot clearing, and now they'll even cut your fucking grass. Check out Potter's Tree Service. Tell them Knockouts and 3 Count sent you. Save the 2x4. You don't need Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hit the homies up at Potter's Tree Service. Tell them Knockouts and 3 Count sent you. And hey, then you don't got to climb a tree no more. But in the meantime and in between time, enjoy the show.
This is the Ring of Honor, a.k.a. Shane T, boy, the baddest champion you ever seen, boy.
This is Mr. Anderson.
This is good old JR Jim Ross, and you are listening.
You're listening to Knockouts and 3 Counts.
Cover! We got a new world champion!
That might be one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen in my life.
Knockouts and 3 Counts is the podcast, baby! It's the real deal, baby!
Knockouts and 3 Counts starts now.
What up, though? Come one, come all. This is the AEW All-In preview, and we brought one of the homies with us. I've gotten to know this guy through some of my travels through the wrestling stuff, and shout out to my guy Megaran, first of all, selling out shows over in England. I'm fucking jealous right now. So make sure you go check out that new Black Materia album that he's got out there. But without any further ado, I told you, it's one of the homies that I met along the ways. That's one of the best parts of doing all this traveling to go do these shows and all that stuff. We got the debut on our show from 3NT Wrestling Podcast. We've got the homie, DJ Danny Ocean. How you doing, my guy?
Life is good, brother. Appreciate y'all having me, man. And yeah, I definitely agree. Just from Tampa for Rumble to Philly to WrestleMania, meeting cool people along the way. These cities I've never been in, you know what I mean? And yeah, Kyle, you one of them, bro. Now I'm meeting the homie J-Bone over here.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
What up, though, Bree? You got to make it out to the next one of these shows. Shout out to the homie Megaran and Marcos and all that, man. Tampa was a fucking vibe, first of all.
It was.
Like, I had such a great time in Tampa. I was loving the hot weather. Shout out to WWE for the hookup on the credentials. So we had bomb ass seats too. So it was a damn good time.
Crazy thing is, I had no intention on going to the Royal Rumble. I literally went to Tampa just for Rand's event, just for Battle Royal. And because I was looking at tickets for the Royal Rumble, and I was like, yeah, these resellers are bugging $600 for these week seats, whatever. But the day of, I looked up the exact same seat I was looking at for $600 was $90. I'm in there.
That's a win right there.
I try to tell people, bro, waiting the tickets out is the way to go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And I'm going to do the same thing for Bad Blood if I don't get these credits.
That's Atlanta, right? Georgia?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of my plan. I'm really hoping that we're going to stay on a run of good luck here, because for anybody who's new and missed it, man, we've been knocking doors down over here. We just had a little work with TNA. We got a special appearance from the Indie God, Mr. Always Ready himself, Matt Cardona. Make sure you go back and check that out. Whether it's here on Knockouts and 3 Counts on any of our platforms, we talked about crashing weddings. We talked about how he's going to survive PCO. Talked about a Royal Rumble return. We talked about Joe Hendry. We talked about a lot of things. So if you are a TNA fan, which if you're watching this, I would guess you might be, make sure you go check out that with Matt Cardona, and stay tuned because they are coming to Detroit for Bound for Glory. And the little birdie told me that might not be the last people you see from TNA. So make sure you check that out. But like I said, we've got a lot of wrestling to talk about this weekend. You got AEW All In as well. But before we get to that, Danny, tell them how 3NT Wrestling came to be. Tell them about a little bit of your background and how you get mixed up in all this wrestling shit.
To be completely honest, I have no fucking idea how I got involved so deeply in this wrestling stuff. Now, I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid, you know what I mean? And, you start kind of learning the ins and outs, the secret terms and, all that stuff. And you want to start seeing more and more behind the scenes stuff. And then throughout DJing and whatnot, I start kind of meeting some of these guys. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I watch you on TV every week. And now we're sitting here DMing each other about this album that came out, which is super cool. Big shout Leo Rush, by the way. Shout out Top Dollar. Those super cool guys.
Yes, sir.
That,
Past guests of the show.
Good energy, man. Both of them, and they make dope music too. But yeah. As far as 3NT wrestling, like I said, I've always been a wrestling fan. I talk wrestling with the homies all day long, and I was like, dude, let's just fucking hit record. Why not just record and make it a podcast? And crazy thing is, we were planning on launching in April of this year, right after WrestleMania, because that there's a lot to talk about right then, obviously. So I work in radio as well, working on 101.9 Kiss FM out here in Eastern North Carolina. I have the #1 night show in the country for mid-sized markets. I'm super proud of that, by the way. But
fucking should be.
Anytime AEW comes to North Carolina.
What up, though, Chris?
What's up? Anytime AEW comes to North Carolina, the first time they came to Raleigh. I sent them an email. It's like, hey, I work in radio. I'd love to interview somebody. They hit me back like immediately. Like, hey, we got Mark Henry available. And I'm like, wow, fucking Henry, he's OG in this shit. Like, but I talked with Mark and interviewed him and everything. He was like, yeah, I like this guy. Just hook him up how many ever tickets he needs, make sure he's at the show, make sure he comes out. That was super cool. You know what I mean? And that's when I kind of started falling in love with the whole wrestling media aspect of it. And same thing when they came for Greensboro and Revolution, when they announced for Sting's last match. When they announced it, I hit them up. It's like, I see you coming to Greensboro. They're like, we got Adam Copeland for you. I'm like, what? You mean Edge Adam Copeland? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm like, you know what? We keep talking about starting this podcast. Let's make this interview with Edge our first podcast and just go ahead and set it off and move as we're going. Honestly, I've been so busy with DJ stuff and radio stuff, and I plan events too and concerts and all types of shit. I don't have the time that I want to focus and dedicate to 3NT wrestling. But next year, I've decided. I've came to the firm conclusion. I'm taking a little break from DJing to focus on this more. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really falling in love with this. The same passion I had when I first started DJing, I'm starting to feel for this. So, yeah, we're here. I'm here. We're here. We're all here. Shout out to Von Casey. Shout out my man Malik. And of course, once again, shout out y'all for having me on the show.
That's awesome. What a hell of a launch pad, too, huh?
Right, yeah. Fuck, we're gonna just do our first show. We're gonna go with Edge. We went all through the indies before we started getting any big names.
Hell yeah, dude.
Again, that was just a really. We talk about the same Adam Copeland. Is this some like road guy that puts the ring together? Just happen to have the same name. Like, don't play with me.
Right? They send you the fucking backup referee or something. Yeah.
Well, please believe I'm gonna have to have you give me the contact info, because with them coming here to Detroit, I got to put some shit together. But we got to make this happen. But like I said, it's funny how shows have like those origin stories. We talked a little bit about ours with me going to WrestleMania 33 solo dolo, and then going on Devin's show, and then that turned into what you see now, because we like the pro wrestling stuff and the combat sports, and now here we are just getting back from being backstage at a 5 Finger Death Punch concert, all because of a damn podcast. So, how do I complain about that? Shout out to Chris.
How the world works, man. Love it.
Like I said, and the cool part of it is now that we've gotten to do it a few times, I get more joy like seeing the looks on y'all's face when we get to go back there than like that. To me is like cooler than getting to do half the shit anymore. But hell yeah, dude, I'm with you. I'm trying to open up some more doors for us, and all of us keep kicking them down. But with that being said, dude, speaking of kicking doors down, AEW did that last year when they did All In, or the last 2 years when they've done All In, and doing over there at Wembley and all this stuff. So with that being said, we're going into Wembley again. They've already announced that next year's is going to be in Texas. What are your thoughts, Danny, on the overall vibe of AEW All In as we head into it versus like previous years? And do you think that because they already announced it's going to be in Texas next year, do you think that's going to like put any kind of like cloud on
it? All In, the whole All In vibe is the same. Obviously not quite as big yet, but it's the same WrestleMania season vibe. Like, this is their big event. This is what we look forward to every year. You know what I mean? So the energy around it is it's a buzz there. There's a buzz there. It's undeniable. And the card they have right now is insane. And for an event this big, everybody's gonna go all out and pull out all the stops and whatnot. So I think it's gonna be a great event. I'm excited for it, to be honest with you.
J-Bone, what about you?
I like the big. It's the big fight feel. You know what I mean? It's the big, like you said, it's the WrestleMania vibe. You know, we have to compare the two, as we all say, but that is what it is. I like the big setups, but I kind of like the idea of them staying international. You know what I mean? Just for that one, maybe. But Texas isn't a small market; it's not a small venue, so we're still doing big things. But I just personally like the idea of staying.
Now, what do you think? So what do you think was, I don't know if you guys have heard anything in concrete, but what do you guys think was like behind the move with that though? Because like,
I don't know.
You do them, but the first 2 years are in England, which are cool because obviously England doesn't get to have all the big shows and all that kind of stuff as well. But then on the flip side of that, you're bringing it back here to the States, which again, I don't think it's a bad thing that the States are getting another big show. But do you think that's because, I thought I heard MJF say something to the effect that the ticket sales for this one are around like 50-some thousand versus they were at like 80,000 last year. Do you think that that's got any like impact as to why they went to like the Ranger Stadium, for next year?
I'm not sure, honestly, but I did see they did announce that it's coming back in 2026 though, right?
Okay, so then maybe they just changed it up for a year.
That's what
they just want them to cool down a little bit, make you want more. Like the thing goes, less is more type deal.
I'm curious about that decision.
Grow fonder.
You know what? Maybe that's the case. If the ticket sales aren't as big as they were for the first one, they take a year off. They're going to be, I'm ready for you to come.
They'll be hot again.
Yeah, right. That could be it.
Now they just better hope that WWE doesn't go there for WrestleMania before they can get back there.
Oh boy,
I keep hearing that getting thrown around, and I'm just saying I would love to go to WrestleMania.
That's going to happen. That's
going to be fucking gnarly.
With the way that their international shows are being so successful with the backlash and everything, and the Berlin show coming up, there's no doubt in my mind that WrestleMania will be hosted in the UK pretty soon.
Oh, dude, I think that'll be awesome.
Oh, that'll be amazing. That'll be amazing.
All right, so I'll let both of you guys go first. I'm pulling up the match card here. What match are both of you guys looking forward to most in this card?
Swerve and Bryan Danielson, no question. Oh my god, yeah, bad match.
Yeah. For me, I'm with you. That's going to be such a great match, and honestly, that's going to bring out, like we've seen the rise of Swerve Strickland. That's going to bring out the very best in him wrestling wise. This may be his best wrestling match of his career. I think Danielson's going to bring out the absolute best in him. I know we'll talk about it more later in the show, but I still, even right now, I don't have a winner in that match. But the one other match that I'm really, really looking forward to, and like I said, there's so many on this card, but Jack Perry and Darby Allin. I'm really curious.
That's going to be nuts.
It's going to be violent.
I'm really curious to see what because I feel like that's the one that has to stand out. They both know that with everything that's been surrounding Jack Perry in the media, and we already know how Darby gets down. That dude might jump off the top of the fucking stadium.
And that's what I'm nervous for. Every pay-per-view, I'm so scared for Darby's life. Like, I really am, man. I pray for Darby
all the time. Like, bro, you gotta chill. You gotta chill.
So we've got an interview both them guys, man, and Darby definitely beats to the beat of his own drum. I'll never forget. I wish so. You talk about the media game, boy. If I would have been smart enough to know to like post things that I needed to post things that quick then, and I knew how to make articles and shit then, I'll never forget. We interviewed him at StarCast 4, and I remember telling him, yeah, we saw you come up and Evolve, blah, blah, blah. Like, how did that prepare you for AEW? You work for Evolve? No, we just do interviews from time to time for them. We'll tell them to go fuck themselves. By the time I woke up, it was all over everywhere. And I'm like, damn it, if I would have been smart enough. You know what I mean?
Bree says Darby's going to bring out some glass for Jack. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt
100%
crazy
positive.
Shit. He might fucking skydive into the stadium, dude. Who knows?
While on fire.
wild, man.
How that guy's
wild,
body
man.
isn't like just completely just destroyed is beyond me.
Insane,
But
bro.
all right, let's get into this match card a little bit here. Also, for honorable mention, before we get to AEW All In this Saturday, you know, I don't know if J Bone's coming out, but we got King of the Kill going down in this motherfucker. I was there at the last one. I feel like a lot of our past guests are in it, and if I know them like I think I know them, some people are about to get fucked up this weekend. So if you guys are in the area,
freaking show, dude, that was a
shout out to the homies at Ruthless Pro Wrestling. If you guys are in the area, I promise you won't be disappointed. It'll be good to see D-Mac too. Yeah. So let's see what we got with AEW All In card here. All right. Here we are. Okay, so let's start from the bottom and work our way up. So you've got Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. This is kicking off 0 Hour. Now, first of all, Willow Nightingale is like one of the coolest people you ever meet, and we got to talk to her also at one of the Starcasts, and is definitely somebody that I would love to have come on the show. But man, Chris Statlander is also someone we talked to that day, man, and we've seen the heel turn. And, you know, whether you know him as Stokely Hathaway, whether you know him by other aliases, man, you know he's always up in the middle of some shit. But I got to say, there's got to be some kind of shenanigans, because if there's not, Stokely Hathaway is going to die. Ishii's just going to eat him.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. I'm very curious about that match. Shout out to Chris Statlander too. We did actually have her on 3NT a couple weeks ago. The last time AEW came to Winston-Salem. Yeah, August 7th to be exact. But what I liked about her is she stayed in her heel character the whole interview. That was so dope. That was so dope. But yeah, she says she's got her eyes on that championship that Willow's holding right now. It's coming home with her soon. So shout out to Chris.
And now that match is at the winners of that match get to pick the stipulation for that match, correct? Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would expect some shenanigans. Something's gonna go down in that match, dude. Who you guys got a winner in that one? Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Chris and Stoke.
Same for me. Same for me. I'm taking the same, dude.
There's something going down that's going to cause that match. That's going to make for some great heel heat.
I mean, it's got to be something. Otherwise, Ishii's just going to kill him.
It's going to destroy that man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow could destroy that man.
Right. I was about to say Willow could probably take care of that.
Look, man, I don't need to see Willow angry, all right? It's
you ain't wrong.
Especially if I'm Stokely Hathaway. I might be running like it was a fucking track meet. But all right. The next one, we've got the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal. Now, we don't know who's going to be in this yet. The names they have that are announced are just on there. You've got Orange Cassidy, Evil Uno, Hangman Page. But we know this is where a lot of people could show up. Do you guys got a winner for this one? And who do you think will be showing up in this match?
One and only.
Yeah.
Ricochet's pulling up to this gauntlet match, man.
Is he going to come back as Ricochet or Prince Puma?
That's actually a good question. I'm good with either.
Yeah, same.
I doubt he can be Ricochet.
No, that was his name before. He can be King Ricochet again, I guess.
No, but I'm saying, you don't think WWE's got some kind of trademark on the name?
He was Ricochet before he went to WWE, though.
Yeah, but I mean, that before we went on, I don't know. I wasn't even sure it was confirmed yet, but Danny did confirm it for me that he did sign a deal with AEW. But the photo I seen that was Ricochet has signed with AEW. So I don't know if that's where they're rolling with, or I guess that remains.
He might have the name to it. He might have the patent or anything like that, or the trademark.
That's a hell of a name to pop up in a battle royal like that, though.
Yeah,
with the talent that's going to be in there.
What about
already?
I mean, look at what. Well, they're going to want to keep that one-on-one. But I was going to say, I mean, MJF's never been too far above having people fuck with him. But at the same time, I mean, I think that match needs to stay one-on-one. But I think you're right. If we could see him, he could definitely show up at the Battle Royal, or I think he'll be involved somehow with this thing with Will Ospreay too. But
and MJF.
no,
I mean, you got 21 spots in that Battle Royal, right?
Yeah,
And
I
there's
don't
been,
know the
what,
exact
4 or
number.
5
If anybody,
confirmed or something like that. What's the casino? It used to be. It was the casino battle royal. So
yeah,
yeah, I would assume 21, blackjack
Mhm.
style, whatever. But there's so many possibilities. And like Danny was saying earlier before we went on, what if Bobby Lashley pops up in that battle
Man,
royal?
I would lose my shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There's
I'm gonna
names out
scream
there.
in my living room, bro.
There are plenty of names out there that could potentially pop up in that spot, man. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. All I should
I'm
be
all for people getting new looks, but I'm the same like we were talking about before we went live. Like, my only thing is this: while I would love to see all those guys go over there and get spotlighted and do great, like AEW's already got a lot of people over there.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean, even
so-
still, with if Lashley pops up, there could also be a one-off situation too, though, where it's just for the shock factor of all in. You know what I mean? But doesn't officially sign a contract, still goes off, does his indie thing because he wants to go back to MMA too, right?
I heard he's thinking about a boxing match or something.
Boxing, that's what it was. Yeah.
I mean, you never know, man. Look, man, Matt Cardona just said it the other day on the show. He can go wherever he wants to because he is a free agent. So this could be a door, that's open for free agents to pop in and do a one-off type of match. It could happen.
A forbidden door.
A forbidden door.
See, now I feel like if that was going to be the
Like
case,
that.
though, I feel like that could be something like maybe in TNA. But man, I keep hearing it thrown around like they are going to try to do, like the new version of the Hurt Business or whatever we're going to call it over there in AEW.
MVP copywritten the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah. Shit, let's throw them all in there, man. Bring Shelton
I'm
over
here
there.
for
Let's get them all over there.
Here
Man.
for it.
I'd love to see that.
Oh, dude, that would be dope. Like, I'm not arguing that at all. I just like I said, with all the people that are over there, there's only so many spots. And
I mean,
so,
to your point, Kyle. Also, there's 21 spots in that match. It would be kind of like a thing if AEW's like, let's bring in all these outside guys when we got all of our talent sitting in the back, just kind of doing nothing. Like, I do get your point on that, but as a fan, you want that.
I'm not
shock
saying
value.
I
You
don't want to
those
see them show up somewhere.
big
I'm
moments,
just saying all signs look like they're pointing to AEW. My only thing is, if they do go to AEW, can they, do you think they're going to be able to flourish like that? Because
I think so.
There's a lot of heat in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, for one, with him, with the Hurt Business or Hurt Syndicate, whatever you want to call them, I think the fans will get behind them for the simple fact that they didn't get the shot to do their thing in WWE. So if they did show up, they will probably be a big draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I feel like that was brought towards the light a lot with like what they wanted to do versus what they were allowed to do.
Right.
And we all knew that. So yeah, I think you're right. Once they get over there, if they get over there and get that freedom to do what they want to do, sky's the limit for those guys.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, J-Bone, from doing our show with Big Swole. Shout out to the homie Big Swole. They had shirts made and everything. She had the shirt. She said she was going to wear it on the show, but Cedric told her not
They
to.
pretty much did everything but walk out the curtain with that shit, man. And it just never.
There was a shirt.
Yeah, they made the merch and everything. It just never got the green light, I guess. But
that fucking sucks, man. Because that was special, dude. Just the thought of Bloodline versus Hurt Business, money, bro.
Yeah.
It's money. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. I really don't. That's crazy, man.
With that one.
Right.
But as far as that battle royale, though, like there's also the possibility of people like Samoa Joe coming back.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And more Rusev or Miro coming back.
Yeah, Miro. God.
There's a lot of people.
That's a name I forgot about, man.
Keith Lee. Like it's a lot of people that still have an opportunity to come out and make some real noise in that battle royale.
I'd love to see Keith Lee come back. I don't know what else going on.
Champion material. Keith Lee versus Swerve would be a great main event match right now. They got history, you know what I mean? And Keith Lee deserves to be in that main title picture.
I agree.
Can't argue that. Well, next match we got up on the docket, according to Sports Illustrated's lineup of this whole thing, is the FTW Championship. The Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, is going to take on Hook. How do you guys see this one playing out?
I'm going to just be honest. I have no interest in this match. I really don't, man. I'm just not much of a Jericho fan as it is anymore. And this FTW championship means nothing to me. Like, this is a belt that could be done without in AEW, I feel like. But if I had to pick a winner, I'm going Hook. I do like Hook. Don't get me wrong. I like Hook. I like his whole character. I like his in-ring style and everything. But this match is doing nothing for me. Let me just say it like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. All these years later, you kind of look at that and you're like, a Jericho match would be like your bathroom match. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy to think about because Jericho's a GOAT, dude.
Right.
But yeah, I'm with you. That belt don't mean nothing to me. And honestly, the things that Jericho's been doing, I mean, God bless him because he's been around for so long.
Oh, yeah.
But it's starting to fizzle out for me, in whatever role he's doing. But on the other side, good for Hook getting that experience on a big show like that.
Legend,
too. So
yeah.
I guess that pays off in a sense. But as far as the entertainment value of the match, for me, I'm with you. It ain't doing nothing for me. But if I got to pick a winner, I'm going to take Hook in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Hook in this match too. But I mean, the thing with the FTW title, I'm not mad that they use it, but I feel like it's one of those things like it works for Taz, it works for Hook. And I guess technically, if Hook's going to take the belt back off of Jericho in England, it puts Hook over. But I mean, outside of Taz or Hook having it, I just don't know that it has the same cachet to it the way it was built up when they did it in ECW and all that. But
there's a stipulation in this match, right? It was what is it? If Hook loses, he can't challenge, right, for that title.
Anymore.
Yeah, so just win it and retire it.
Please.
Put it up on your mantle or give it back to your pops and say, hey, take this home. Let's get rid of this.
We're good on this, Pops. Thanks.
Yeah, this is yours now. Keep it.
All right. So we're all going with Hook on that one. The next match we got up here is the AEW's Trios London Ladder match. The Patriarchy versus the House of Black versus the Bang Bang Gang versus the Mystery Team.
Another match I'm really looking forward to.
That's going to be a banger.
A 12-man ladder match? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
That's going to be chaos, oh, my gosh. That's going to be wild.
House of Black already in the comments. Uh-oh.
And that's what I'm going for, too, to be honest with you. Unless, again, shout out my man Leo Rush. If Top Flight and Leo win that match, I'm rooting for them. But other than that, yeah, definitely. I hope House of Black takes it. But I'm going to pray for those guys before that match because everybody's going to want to show out at the biggest event of the year. Don't get hurt, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do nothing crazy.
There's going to be a lot going on in that ring, man. So hopefully your spots are on time and in place because there's going to be bodies flying everywhere.
My God.
It's going to be it's going to be rough. If I'm taking a winner, though, I'd like to see House of Black win it. I feel like they need one of those big match wins like that, So in the Trios Championship on the line, I feel like honestly, if you think about ladder match wise, they're probably the underdog. Brody King's big ass climbing a ladder really ain't an image you're used to seeing. So
Brody King is a dangerous SOB, dude. Yeah, That's all I'm gonna say. Like, hey, I've been a fan.
My fondest Brody King moment of all these years I've been watching him was the night we went to. I don't remember if we were in Vegas or if we were in here, Kyle. We went to AEW for something, and he choked out Darby over the rope to eliminate him from the Battle Royal.
I remember seeing that on TV.
Was that here? Was that in Vegas?
That was a Double or Nothing. That was Vegas.
He literally just hung him over the rope and choked him. I was like, Doug, that was such a badass ending to a battle royal match. That was dope, dude.
I will never forget seeing Brody King at a Progress show in the Knights of Columbus in Livonia, and he went to hit the ropes, and the rope snapped, and he went backwards.
Shit!
And man, it looked like he was about to snap his neck. Like we were all just like, oh shit, like just like oh my god, but I feel like we're going to see a few oh my gods in that match too. So that being said, though, I think we're all on the same page with this one. I think that the House of Black is going to get the win here. I wouldn't be surprised if Christian and them were able to retain either. But if I'm picking one, I'm going to go House of Black. Again, you talk about matches that people are looking forward to. I mean, you got the triple threat tag team title match with the Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed. That's going to be badass.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good match, which I mean, Young Bucks and FTR don't miss anyway, I feel like.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a great match. If I got to call a winner, shit, that's kind of tough. I'm rooting for FTR. I'm going to root for FTR, but I think the Bucks are going to take it.
Yeah,
Or
that's a tough one for me. The only thing about this is like I'm not complaining about the teams and the matches and everything, but I feel like we got this. It's the same teams in the tag team picture and the title picture every time. But like you said, they don't miss with these banger matches, so it's gonna be great. But yeah, so this one I feel like I want to call it FTR, right? But I feel like it's almost too obvious in a weird way. So
I feel that.
I'm gonna say the Acclaimed on this one, just because I feel like everybody's thinking it's gonna be the Bucks or FTR. You got two of the greatest tag teams of all time right there. Why not have this younger tag team knock them off on the biggest show of the year?
Before I give my pick, can we just acknowledge the fact that a thing that was clearly a joke or insult, or at least a joke, with the Bucks saying "fuck the Revival" always turned into what their name ended up being in AEW.
Hilarious.
That is fucking hilarious. And now that's what they're known by. But that was anybody who didn't used to watch Being the Elite, they used to say "fuck the Revival" all the time.
Just completely randomly out of nowhere, just looking camera, fuck the Revival. And then that's what they come to. Like, the Revival is still in WWE thriving and doing their thing or whatever. It's like, where is this coming from? That was dope, though.
Bucks wanted some of that Vince money, I guess.
Hey, they did it the right way. I guess they drew them into AEW, so
it worked.
Hey, dude, the matches that they put on, dude, I'm always down to see them in a match. But to your point, again, it's another one that I'm looking forward to. This one's a hard one to pick because part of me feels like the Acclaimed needs to win. But then, like you said, my gut says FTR, but I don't know, man. I kind of, especially after that promo, I think, I don't know, man. Something's telling me it might be the Acclaim. We must have to listen out here. But, that's how I'm going on this one. I'm going to go with the Acclaimed. Next up, we got the AEW TNT Championship. Two guys that I've gotten to interview both of, in Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Darby Allin. Man, somebody's going to get fucked up in this match. Even more than that belt to Jack Scott.
Yeah. Well, that belt is dope, though. Yeah.
It is. And that video of him making it himself by hand was fire.
Yeah,
that was great.
Man. I like the darkness of that belt. I don't know. It's just like, it's almost depressing to look at. But it's like, it's so dope looking. You know what I mean? It's like gothic almost. The little blood splatter and all that shit's sweet.
I like it, man. You know what? I'll be completely honest with you. I think I might owe Jack Perry an apology, because when they dropped that backstage All In London last year footage, or whatever, I was like, this does nothing for anybody. It made Jack Perry look like a sucker getting choked out in front of everybody. That's all it did. But then the whole scapegoat thing made sense with him getting suspended and going in New Japan, and now he's still there and he's the bad guy. You know what? You're gonna treat me like that? I'll show you what I think of that. And punch Tony Khan in the stomach, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like the old school movies. I'm not gonna aim for your face. I'm gonna give you the big uppercut to the stomach.
Yeah.
Drop Tony with it. But yeah, I
all the time about them body shots, dog.
I was like, man, I don't care about Jack Perry and what he's got going on, but he's built this heel character so well, and I'm really looking forward to this match, man. And that him taking that headshot in the blood and guts match, just a new respect, dude. Jack Perry after that. Yeah. But if I got to pick a winner in this match, I'm saying Jack Perry's retaining.
Yeah, like you said, dude. The way that whole thing went down with him being the scapegoat and the Punk thing, like he definitely made the best of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because I was like, this is brutal, and it started out to be like all eyes went towards CM Punk and the other company. You know what I mean? So they found a way. He found a way to benefit from it, and I think that's part of what's responsible for the trajectory he's at, going up. Scapegoat, bad guy. growing the beard. Like it's working for him. So I think
It
right
is.
now, I don't think it's a good move for him to lose that belt, especially with the new creation of this badass, awesome looking belt. So
And it kind of felt to me, then this is what I compare it to, the Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, coming out like, young Tarzan or whatever. And now you're this evil guy. I never thought Bailey could make it out of that hugger situation. You know what I mean? But she became a great heel. You know what I mean? So that's what I kind of compare it to. I didn't think he would be able to make, cover after being Jungle Boy. But he's doing it. He's killing it. Yeah. He's fucking killing it.
I'm just curious to see what he's going to do to Darby because
murder him.
Yeah, he's going to have to. Like this might be the closest to absolute murder, legit murder on TV because we've seen everything in that match when he took the chair shot. He was about to light him on fire. Like this could be storyline wise. It could be like, all right, you asked for this. Here's what I'm going to do to you. You know what I mean? Like there's an opportunity there. I just hope Darby gets out literally alive.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, man. I feel like Jack's got to win this, right? Like, not that Darby couldn't go back and have another title run, but like at the same time, like I feel like he needs to win this for the simple fact that, like you said, this is kind of like a whole new character, a whole new twist to Jack Perry, and they kind of just reinserted Darby. There's not like this big draw out or build up to this match. So I don't know. I feel like Jack is just on too much of a roll not to, keep the belt.
Like I said, I'm just curious to see how they put Darby away because, I mean, I guess would you guys be opposed to Darby like legit getting beat badly, very badly, and being off TV for 2 months and then
Darby
coming
needs
back?
a break.
He does need a big break.
He needs a vacation.
And I really think you could give him 2 to 3 months off and then bring him back at the right time and interject him into the world title picture. I really feel like it's time. Darby's been putting in a lot of work in AEW, and he's definitely one of the faces of AEW.
One of the pillars.
Get him into that world title picture eventually.
For sure. 110%. I could see him carrying that AEW title. Again, he's represented the company well, very well. He's one of the reasons people tune into AEW, me being one of them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think he should be in that main title picture. It would be dope.
If we can just get him there in one piece.
Just keep him away from Mount Everest.
Right. Seriously, man.
And buses in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Look, this isn't the game Taxi, all right? You can't just get back.
Dude, I'm telling you, you guys are nuts.
All right, this next match has got a lot of intrigue to it and a lot of thoughts with it. I mean, obviously, we know that the doctor, Britt Baker, DMD, you see me pointing there, she's been gone because she had the suspension and all that. Now she's back to take on Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. What are your thoughts on this matchup, number one? And do you think that the doctor is going to come in here and take one of these belts off of Mercedes?
Yes. For one, Britt Baker cooked Mercedes on that microphone Wednesday night on Dynamite.
Yes.
She smoked her. I'll be completely honest with you. I've never been much of a fan of Mercedes promos. I've not seen a match in AEW yet that she's had that I'm like, holy shit, she is the best women's wrestler in the world. So I'm honestly hoping Britt Baker does because she's a AEW pillar too.
Yeah.
So I do hope she takes that TBS championship off of her.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that stuck out to me the other night too was that promo. She really she stood head and shoulders above her in that ring, man, and even took out the bit. What's the big lady's name?
Camille.
Bro. Come on, man.
Took her out too. Went right after her, man. She ain't scared of nothing. So I feel like putting that belt on her.
Here's the thing.
Deal.
Mercedes has got Camille. I heard it said on Busted Open earlier. Shout out to past guest of the show, Dave LaGreca. But dude, Jamie Hayter in England.
Oh yeah.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
Bring Jamie Hayter back to help the good doctor.
I wasn't even thinking about it. She's been injured, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good. Okay. See what you're doing.
I don't mean to go in reverse here, but I just happened to open my phone and the exposed turnbuckle posted on Facebook. There's a photo of Darby Allin rehearsing something, and he is standing on top of Wembley Stadium right now.
Oh,
Like not the top. I don't know, Kyle. I don't know if you'd be able to pick this up on the camera, but dude is like.
Oh, I
there.
saw that picture earlier.
See this? If this is a real photo, bro,
I gotta call it. That is not wrestling,
bro.
That's not wrestling.
Bro.
That's suicide, bro.
Right. I mean, I don't know if are you floating in like Batman style or something? I don't know. I mean, Shawn Michaels did it in a smaller fashion, but Darby, just take it easy out there, bro. Please.
Hey, if he's going out, he's going out in a blaze of glory.
I
bro.
guess so, man. Holy crap.
So who'd you pick? You picked the Doctor or Mercedes?
I'm going the Doctor.
Yeah.
I know you said you got the Doctor.
Yeah, no, I'm going the same way. I think the Doctor here. Britt Baker.
See, so I agree with you, Danny. I feel like Britt has cooked Mercedes on the mic because I think we're seeing that, like, when Mercedes is allowed to kind of go on her own, like she kind of goes all over the place a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I don't know, man, because I feel like I also could see Mercedes keeping the belt on this one, though. That's the thing. Like, I'm still not 100% convinced, I guess, that, you know, Britt Baker's going to win this one. But if it's getting to nut cutting time and I got to pick one, I don't know. I think I'm going to go the other way. I think I'm going to take Mercedes, bro.
There you go.
I feel it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Britt Baker, man, and I feel like it would be a good time for her to get a title back on her, but I also feel like, did they build it up enough for it to be Mercedes' first real loss in AEW?
And that's what I was about to say, too. I would be okay with Mercedes winning if Camille gets involved, if it continues the rivalry. Because I do like this rivalry so far, and I don't want it to just be this one and done. You know, I want it to carry on to the next couple pay-per-views, to be honest with you.
Feel that.
I can see that.
All right, now this next match is definitely one of the ones that I'm most looking forward to see, because I've said on multiple occasions on this show that Will Ospreay is my favorite guy to watch in the ring right now. You've got Will Ospreay versus your AEW American Champion, MJF. What do you guys think of what we saw in Dynamite first before we get to the match?
The American flag suit.
And
I am the feeling, and I am the facts.
That was fire. That was a dope. But the cleaning product, bang! Now the dirt is gone. Like, that was crazy. Having the whole crowd chant a cleaning product commercial was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and smart too, because I mean, none of us over here knew what the fuck he was talking about.
I googled it immediately. Like, what the fuck are they talking about over there? Great promo. It was an incredible segment, though. Incredible segment. Probably the best part of Dynamite, in my opinion, last night. The match, though, itself, you just had an hour-long match. What more can we really see? You know, I'm expecting Daniel Garcia return, honestly. But, again, we just saw these guys go for an hour. So what more can we do in Wembley that it didn't do within that hour?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point. I think we're expecting a banger, you know what I mean? But this, depending on where they're going with it, though, we might not need it. We could see some just dirty finish, some grimy cheating shit, you know, something could just happen, and that could prolong this thing even further. But like you said, after just going an hour, it's kind of hard to follow that up so soon on a big stage like this. So
I feel like this one's going to be more of a brawl, though. I feel like they're going to beat the shit out of each other. I think they can see them both bloody.
We don't really need that banger wrestling match out of this one, which is weird to say in these days. You know what I mean? Like, who even thinks like that? You know what I mean? But yeah, we're looking at two guys who put on really great wrestling matches. So if we can get something different out of it, like Kyle, like you said, maybe we need that like London brawl style street fight thing going on with blood and just.
You don't even got to call it a street fight, but it's just all in how the matches worked. I mean, when you got a guy like Ospreay in there who can do so much cool stuff, like I want to see him try to beat the shit out of MJF.
Yeah,
for talking about his
we're
family.
expecting like those wild spots for Ospreay, those cool wrestling spots.
Oh,
Like,
we'll still see some of those because you can't have a
out there
Will Ospreay
brawling.
match without him. But I want to see them beat the hell out of each other with this one.
Like you
But
said,
this
we need a
could be the
brawl.
match that steals the show on this for sure.
Now
But
that you say that, my bad.
go ahead.
No, I say
Go
now
ahead.
that you say that about it being a brawl, I could see it going to that blood feud level after, you know, your wife, your kid, that's not your next, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, and then busting them open after that. You know, I could see Ospreay like fuck all
of
that.
his own blood.
Right. So I can see him saying, fuck all that flippy shit. I'm about to beat your ass, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I'm here for that. I like that. I like that idea for sure.
I'm just saying, bro, it's gotta be to me. Like once you go over the line with family like that, like I tell people all the time, I don't want to fight nobody anymore. I've been fighting since I was 13 years old. I fought full grown men in the ring and I fought out on the street. And neither one of them really gets you anywhere unless you're making some money. But with that being said, you go and say all that stuff that MJF said. At some point, bro, we gotta fight or we gotta something because, like, man, the stuff he was saying about his family and then the line about his wife. Although I mean, it is pro wrestling, but man, MJF is cutthroat on that mic. I thought Will Ospreay's babyface promo was real good. I loved the quote from the TV show. I liked the "I am the feeling" versus "I am the facts." Dude, this match definitely could steal the show. But out of matches that I'm looking forward to, I guess we can give like a top 3 matches that we're most looking forward to at the end of this. But this has definitely got to be it for me. But in one of them for me. But I don't know. As far as who I think is going to win, dude, I think Will Ospreay is getting the dub in England.
Oh yeah, it would be kind of ridiculous for him not to get the W in front of his own. This ain't WWE. This is his hometown. He's
just
gonna get
ask
that
Johnny
love.
Gargano.
That's what I'm saying. That's WWE. Drew McIntyre lost in his hometown. I don't see Gunther losing in his hometown. Gargano lost in his hometown. All these people lose their titles and all that in their hometown. I don't see AEW doing that to Ospreay. And MJF is a good enough wrestler to not mind putting somebody over like that. He knows what's good for the business and what kind of reaction that's going to get.
Yeah. And like I said, if we do that brawl fashion, that brawling type of thing, we've seen MJF be the piece of shit again.
Mm-hmm.
We want him to get his ass whooped. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I'm with you guys. That'd be the best spot for him to beat him, win that title in his hometown. Why not do it? You kind of need to.
Right.
So yeah, I'm taking Will Ospreay.
Ospreay, I think, is the way for AEW All In, although I think MJF could still leave him laying in a pool of his own blood.
There's going to be something where, like, it's not going to be pretty. You know what I mean? By the end of it.
Did you Garcia not resign?
I haven't heard anything about him re-signing yet.
Because I mean, MJF obviously put him out. Is if he is still part of the picture, what would y'all see him doing in this match? Set up a triple threat for All Out, or
I don't know, man. They haven't mentioned him though since all that stuff. I really don't see them.
They haven't even made any type of mention to him.
No, dude. Right. Other than MJF saying he took him out, like I really don't see him getting in. Involved in this. Anybody who's watching in the comments on Twitter, wherever you're watching, I see about 107 of you guys right now. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys let us know what you guys are thinking, whether that be on the Twitter or make sure you tweet us. We got all of our Twitters below there. I don't know, man. I think that Will Ospreay's got to get the dub on this one, though, dude. I really do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you talk about some of the best stories, man. Tony Storm versus Mariah May has been savage so far.
Yeah.
Watch out for the shoe. I'm not going to take my tits out on the camera, but I mean, you heard what Tony Storm said.
God, I hope not.
I mean, I got no shame in my game. There's a line on one of my tits, so it's all right. But with that being said, how are we feeling about Tony Storm versus Mariah May? Do you think at first I wondered if when she turned heel, if it was like too soon, but man, this story's been badass.
I agree. Every promo has been good. Every run in has been good. Tony, has been fucking killing it as timeless Tony Storm the entire time. Everything about this, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this match too, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you really can you don't want to take her momentum away yet. You know what I mean? She's been killing on every level as timeless Tony Storm. So I'm picking her instantly. That's the winner, Tony Storm. But what a great story so far. Great promos.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
I think Tony Storm keeps the belt in this one too, but I think it's going to be a hell of a match. You know, shout out to Mariah May. Like, she's done a really good job at elevating herself in this as well. Mm-hmm. So I think this is going to be a great match, but I think Tony Storm wins this one. All right. Now we got one match left to talk about, and I would say it probably might be the reason that most of us are going to be watching this pay-per-view. Shout out for the likes. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, comment button, all that good stuff. But before we get into the match, how are you feeling about how we got to this match between Bryan Danielson and Swerve?
At first, it was just, you know, he won the Owen Hart Cup or whatever, and he's getting the match. Cool, yay. But then the way they started building it up, like, you know, the Swerve, kind of going back to evil Swerve a little bit, bringing his kids and family into it and all that stuff. I'm enjoying it. And then he hurt Wheeler Yuta and everything, and that pissed Danielson off more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I see where we're going. He's like, we're not getting the whatever Bryan Danielson. We're getting the kick your fucking head in, Bryan Danielson. I was like, okay, let's go. Sign me up. Let me go ahead and log into Fight TV right now. So yeah, that match is going to be crazy. The buildup has been great. It has been great for sure, and they're selling it really well with Danielson going on social media. Like, I'm okay. This could be my last match. I'm okay with it. I can do this with my kids. He's selling it like he's gonna lose, you know. But I don't know. I'm excited because I really don't know which way it's gonna go. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
It's hard for me to pick a winner in this one because, like, we don't know, you know, where Danielson is as far as contracts and his personal life. We just don't know. But it's just hard for me to think about Swerve without the belt right now and where he's at in AEW and everything. It's really hard for me to see him without that AEW world title. So, man, honestly, it's a coin flip for me. There's really no telling, which I think is the beauty in it all. You know what I mean? The one where we really don't know what to expect at the end of this match. But if I really had to take a swing at it, dude, I would think that Swerve's going to win this match. But I just don't know what's going to happen with Danielson. It's crazy.
Okay, so in most circumstances, I would definitely agree with you that I feel like Swerve needs to keep the belt. Swerve's going to, you know, beat Danielson. But think about it in this sense, and this is kind of where my head's been at with this whole thing. Like, this is going on his last match. After that, you've got Wrestle Dream, which is going to be in his hometown. I just don't see him losing the big one like that again, because then you got to realize it's kind of like what we talk about with all the tribalism stuff. Like, not all wrestling fans watch AEW. And if he goes through his whole run in AEW and never wins any of the titles and all that after being such a decorated champion in WWE and all that stuff, I don't think that Bryan Danielson, the man, probably cares too much about it. But for legacy's sake, I just feel like that would be like a missed opportunity. And
sure.
once they mentioned on Busted Open that the Wrestle Dream is in Seattle, I'm going to go the opposite way, bro. Even though I think Swerve is doing a great job with the title, and I think he needs to keep it on him too, with all things added together and put in the pot, I feel like Bryan Danielson might win it, even if he drops it back later, you know, within the next few months or whatever. But
no,
I don't know. Something tells me we see a new champion, you know, and AEW gets another moment to add to the highlight reel, probably with the most yeses that you might have heard maybe outside of Yeselmania. So,
do you think that he's close to the end of his career here? Do you think we're just foreshadowing?
I mean, I think for sure that he's probably, I mean, even if he does come back and wrestle like part time and stuff like that, I really do think that there's a good chance as far as like full time and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy said in the interview with JR that he's got to have another neck surgery.
Right,
and this is after them already telling him, like, hey, your neck was fucked up and that's why he was gone for so long. So to come back and now he's got to get another neck surgery, I mean, I could totally see there being something like that.
I really, honestly, I can't see him putting on these type of matches for too much longer.
Anyway, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So if this is his last match, I know it's going to be a banger. There's no question behind that. I would be okay with it to avoid serious injury in the future, because I wouldn't want to see, I wouldn't want to watch a documentary of him paralyzed or nothing like that from a match or something like that. You know what I mean? So if his body's not holding up and he keeps consistently putting on these type of matches, we know that's what's going to happen, and I don't want to see that. So yeah, I'm okay with this being his last match if it is.
And Kyle, now that you bring that up, though, it's hard not to see him at Wrestle Dream in Seattle also. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess that's, like I said, that's the beauty of it.
See, but that's what makes this one so good, though. Like, genuinely down, and then even down to, like, the face-off they had on Dynamite, man. Like, you got, like, arguably Bryan Danielson's maybe greatest rival, and Nigel McGuinness is the one in there narrating the whole thing and all that stuff as well. I do think that we're heading towards the end of the run, either way it goes, whether it's this Sunday at All In or maybe at Wrestle Dream or whatever the case. But I definitely do think that we're probably going towards the end of where Bryan Danielson's headed, especially, like he said in interviews and stuff like that, with having a family and all those things as well. Like, I could totally see kind of wanting to be, more present and able to do some of those things. So I definitely could see him wearing down, but I feel like for the legacy of Bryan Danielson, I feel like he's got to get that world title here, because he hasn't had any titles in AEW at all. Yeah. Not that titles make the man at this point, because I think Bryan Danielson is already cemented as far as where he's at in wrestling. But in my personal opinion, not the championships mean everything, but it'd be a travesty if that guy never had a belt in AEW.
I'll be like, how I feel about his AEW career compared to, he had more accolades in WWE, obviously more championships and whatnot, and the whole Yes movement was amazing, obviously. But as far as his matches, his AEW career has been so much better than his WWE career, because he's had some serious 5-star matches in AEW. Another situation, like something else that sits in the back of my mind concerning this Swerve Danielson match, Hangman. I feel like he's going to get involved in this match somehow, but I will be so furious if the main event of Wembley ends in a disqualification or some weird shit. I will be furious, dog. I'm telling you. But
that would suck.
And I could see Hangman winning that Casino Gauntlet to challenge at All Out. So that's another reason I say I could see Swerve winning because we know that match is coming soon, and it's going to be for a title.
Well, especially with the way they set it up, when he's like the night before the Battle Royal and shit, he's like knocking out Evil Uno and all these people, like anybody who gets in my way. Like, and Hangman really hasn't been near the title after all that stuff happened with Swerve either. So I don't know, man. I think there's a good chance that Hangman wins that Battle Royal, but I mean that him getting involved could be the thing that prolongs it to Wrestle Dream if that's where they're really going. So
that's true too.
Good. Guess we go find out on Sunday, right?
And Danny, I haven't said anything about it, but for those of you guys who are going to be watching, you can watch along live with us on Sunday, man.
Yes, sir. We are doing a live watch along on a 3NT wrestling platform. So make sure you follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everything.
It'll be live on the Knockouts and 3 Counts page as well, ladies.
Let's go. I'm ready. Pay-per-view starts at 1 o'clock. I think we're gonna probably go live maybe 30 minutes prior to, and get everything started. So yeah, I'm ready, man. All in this Sunday. Make sure y'all tune in, man, for sure. Big shout out to AEW for always showing love to 3NT and me at the station and everything. So appreciate y'all. My man John, what's going on? Appreciate you, brother.
That's what's up, man. We got to start linking some of the love out here in Detroit, man. Make this happen. But, dude, it's been a rollout here. We still got heat coming your way from knockouts and 3 counts, getting you ready for All In and all those good things here. Make sure you stay tuned to bodyslam.net for some of my write-ups on our chat with Matt Cardona. Next week, we will be joined on Thursday by your new 1FC champion, Michigan's own Jared Brooks will be joining us. We're going to talk about him slamming old boy on his head and getting disqualified for that, which that was crazy. I still don't know what we're going to have on Tuesday yet, but you never know where we could end up. Like I said, in the coming weeks with TNA coming back to Detroit for Bound for Glory, you never know who could be in the other side of that box with us. So, until the next time and in the in-between time, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Check out all the stuff that's been going down. Check out 3NT Wrestling Podcast. Check out the J-Bone Show on Radio Cobra Detroit. And in the meantime, in between time, hit that motherfucking subscribe button.
Yes, sir.
And if you're in the Detroit area, make sure you check them out. Friday night, the fights. They're letting me judge the fights. I'm going to be live and in living color at the casino tomorrow night. Shout out to past guest of the show, Jay Henderson, who will be throwing down tomorrow night. And, yeah, dude, somebody's lights are going to get turned out. Shout out to our guy, Bulletproof Troop. Until next time and in between time, peace.